Federal government, states and councils share over 655 billion naira in December as Committee on Data Collection and Harmonization to develop the production of national statistics is inaugurated. Plus, 48th World Economic Forum annual meeting ongoing in Davos, Switzerland, unlocking Africa's future on the front burner. And the equities market extended losses from the previous trading sessions on Tuesday as heavy share prices suffered by virtually all blue chip stocks depressed market indices further by 187 billion naira. And today's market just ended all-share index 43,963.40 basis points. Hello, this is Business Express and I am Amina Nojaim. You're welcome. In the news today, the Federation Account Allocation Committee FAC Tuesday shared 655.177 billion naira among the 3 tiers of government in December of 2017. Vivian Edepefo has details.
The close of the monthly Federation Account Allocation meeting Tuesday, the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, noted that there were marginal increases in revenues from the petroleum profit tax and value-added tax, while import duty and oil royalty recorded decreases. She explained that the distributable revenue amount was 45.2 billion naira higher than that of November 2017.
I think year on year we're seeing an improvement in our non-oil tax collection, and we're going to continue to focus on that going forward.
A breakdown of the figures show that the federal government got the highest share of 278 billion naira, followed by state governments with 175 billion naira, while local governments went with 132 billion naira. 13% derivation was 51 billion naira, while cost of collection and refund for the Federal Inland Revenue Service was 16 billion naira. The distributable statutory revenue for the month is 540.446 billion naira.
The federal government has inaugurated a committee on data collection and harmonization to develop the production of national statistics and avoid data production duplication. The arrangement, described as an interministerial committee, was unveiled in Abuja on Tuesday with a mandate to ensure harmonization of data collection and evaluation for the country's Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, who confirmed the development, said the committee would be headed by the Statistician General of the Federation and the Director General, National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, Dr. Yemi Kale. She also disclosed that the committee would serve as a clearinghouse and focal authority for ministries, departments and agencies of the federal government for data collection, authentication and publication. The mandate also includes ensuring national standards for data collection, evaluation and publication, as well as regular provision of guidance to all MDAs and other stakeholders who engage in data collection, analysis and publication for policy formulation, implementation and monitoring. The Interministerial Committee is also expected to submit half-yearly reports to the Minister of Finance for for necessary briefing for Mr. President. The committee members include the Accountant General of the Federation, Alhaji Idris Ahmed, Directors General of the Debt Management Office and Budget Office of the Federation, and representatives drawn across the relevant ministries and agencies. Now, finding ways to reaffirm international cooperation on shared interests on matters such as global economy, international security and environment is the main focus of the 48th World Economic Forum annual meeting, which kicked off Tuesday in Davos in Switzerland. Bosede Eba reports that the issues of unlocking Africa's future is also in focus.
At the event, the managing director of the International Monetary Fund, Christine Lagarde, announced upward review of the global GDP growth to 3.9%, attributing the development to impact of expected tax cuts in the United States. She, however, warned against complacence by world leaders, as she says too many people are still left behind in the global economic inequality scale.
We certainly should feel encouraged by the strengthened growth. But we should not feel satisfied. Now, why is that? 1/5 of emerging and developing countries saw their per capita income decline in 2017.
On their part, Oxfam says 82% of wealth generated in 2017 went to the richest 1% in the world and expressed the need for global leaders to walk the talk in eradicating poverty.
Here to tell big business and politicians that this is not natural, that it's their actions and their policies that have caused it and they can reverse it. And we are tired of hearing them say that they are worried about inequality and doing nothing about it. We're calling for actions now.
Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, leading Nigerian delegation at the forum, will have a number of bilateral meetings with representatives of other countries, international business interests and development partners. There would be a special forum for Nigeria, which involves engagement and interaction with the development finance institutions and global international investors in support of the economic recovery and growth plan of the present administration. The Nigerian delegation at the World Economic Forum include the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Oke Enalema, and the Special Advisor on Economic Matters to the President, Dr. Adeyemi Dipeolu.
Many thanks, Bose. Now joining us to take a look at issues at the ongoing World Economic Forum in Davos and what should Nigeria's gains be in participating is Emmanuel Ozigi, an economist and director, Business School Abuja. Welcome to Business Express.
Thank you very much.
Now, the 48th World Economic Annual Meeting is ongoing in Davos, and it has as its theme, Shared Future in a Fractured World. How apt is this?
Well, as you said, this is right. This is the 48th meeting of World Economic Forum. Oftentimes, issues have been discussed about globalization, development, and industrialization, and it's still not. Well, as a country, like Nigeria, we are yet to see the impact of all these meetings in the last few years. But I just hope that this meeting will actually address the need for this globalization and this shared interest has been the major theme of the World Economic Forum for 2018.
Now, talking about seeing the impact of these international gatherings, Vice President is leading the Nigerian delegation, and there's going to be a special session where Nigeria is going to be sold on the economic recovery and growth plan of the present administration. What areas do you think this delegation should focus on to get the best benefits?
Yeah, this is a very good forum to discuss Nigeria. First of all, we need to sell the brand Nigeria, and how do you sell it? You need to galvanize opportunities for the local companies in terms of wooing foreign investors to come to Nigeria. First of all, we need to look at our power sector. We need to look at our transportation sector. When you look at this key sector, this particular key sectors, these are areas that are germane to the economic development of Nigeria. And this is where you will see the impact, even to the lowest person on the street. You feel the impact when you see this if you see the sectors being developed. So I'm of the opinion that the Vice President and his team will be able to address this and be able to see how you can woo foreign investors to be able to allow for foreign direct investment in Nigeria. What
areas would be used to woo foreign investors?
The areas in terms looking at the sectors, we look at private investors, we look at development finance agencies and international bilateral agencies that are interested in development of the economy.
Now, talking about development, issues of sustainable development, all-inclusive growth, and the fourth industrial revolution seems to be dominating discussions. How can Nigeria key into this?
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that competition has taken over the world, and that's why you have the fractured world. It's fractured because there is competition. Everybody wants to be greater than the other, which is good in terms of competition. But what it means is that the lesser or the less developed or the weak countries will not be able to compete favorably. And if the team, going by what the team is trying to address, this is an opportunity for the lower or the smaller countries or weaker countries to be able to take advantage for the inclusive growth. So Nigeria will take advantage in this too.
I'm going to come in here where you said for smaller countries. There's a data released by the World Economic Forum that says 82% of the wealth generated in 2017 went to 1% of the richest people in the world. This is pointing to the wide gap between the rich and the poor. What's your take on Africa's position, and let's say Nigeria also?
Yeah, actually, Nigeria, Africa, if you look at it from a global point of view, Africa as a nation or as a continent need to look inward and take advantage of the opportunities they have. We are not taking advantage, and that's why. And because we are having series of internal problems in terms of militancy, underdevelopment, in terms of corruption and other issues that affect development, we have all this affecting our growth. So no matter what, because of the local content is not even appreciated outside, our manufacturing companies are weak. They cannot compete favorably with their counterparts overseas. So it's a bit difficult for us to take advantage. But let's believe that this forum will address this fractured situation that we all are experiencing.
The Davos meeting is an international platform where various stakeholders come together to talk about forging a way forward for countries. Now, being an international platform, aside promoting Nigeria's ERGP, where do you see Nigeria tapping into this international scene to come back with something tangible?
One critical thing we need to address is our security. For people to be interested in investing in your country, is for them to have it safe, for their investment to be safe. And when they don't see the environment that's safe for their investment, it will be difficult for them to put in their investment there. One critical thing that we must address is the safety. Secondly, we must address an enabling environment where they can see progression in terms of income, in terms of proceeds from their investment. So these are things that is very critical for a business person. You must see that, okay, where I'm going in is safe. Two, am I going to maximize profit? And if these two key principal issues are addressed, you will see that we can key into that.
Many thanks, Mr. Emmanuel Ezigi of Emmanuel Business School in Abuja. It's been a pleasure having you on the program.
Thank you very much.
Now, latest investment trends monitored by the United Nations has shown although a global foreign direct investment FDI fell from $1.81 trillion in 2016 to an estimated $1.52 trillion in 2017. Investment into Africa and other developing countries stood almost firm. Investment monitored published by the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development revealed that a slump in FDI flows to developed countries, minus 27%, was the principal factor behind the global decline. UNCTAD Secretary General Mustika Kuti insisted that more investment in sectors that could contribute to sustainable development goals SDGs remained needed. The publication said investment into Africa remained flat, while FDI to developing economies remained stable at an estimated $653 billion, showing 2% more than the previous year. The report noted that higher economic growth projections, trade volumes and commodity prices would normally point to a potential increase in global FDI in 2018, but elevated geopolitical risks and policy uncertainty could have an impact on the scale and contours of any FDI recovery in 2018. To sustain investors' renewed interest in the nation's capital market and entrench a high level of corporate governance in the affairs of listed firms, and the steering board of the corporate governance rating system has announced the names of 25 companies that have successfully passed its governance ratings test, having scored the required pass mark of 70%, while 87 others are at various stages of completion of the process. The Nigerian Stock Exchange (NSE), in partnership with the Convention on Business Integrity (CBI), designed and rolled out the initiative. These 25 successful companies join 8 companies that retained their ratings from the CGRS pilot in 2014, bringing the total number of companies rated today to 33. The initiative was incorporated into the Nigerian capital market in 2012 and launched in 2014 after it was successfully piloted with a number of volunteer companies, including those now listed in the Nigerian Stock Exchange Premium Board: Dangote Cement PLC, Zenith Bank PLC, United Bank for Africa PLC, FBN Holdings PLC, Access Bank PLC, Diamond Bank PLC, among others, were those who retained their ratings in the period under review. Now, the crisis between Owando PLC and Dahiru Mangal seems to have finally been put to rest. This follows Monday's surprise notification at the Nigerian Stock Exchange by Owando PLC that Mangal is a substantial shareholder in the company and that a peace accord mediated for both parties by Emir Muhammadu Sanusi II, Emir of Kano. The peace accord follows recognition that, in accordance with the Companies and Allied Matters Act (CAP) C20 LFN 2004, an individual or entity which direct beneficial share ownership over 10% constitutes a substantial shareholder in the company. And the equities market extended losses from the previous trading sessions on Tuesday as heavy share prices suffered by virtually all the blue chip stocks depreciated market indices further by 187 billion naira. Here is Musa Abubakar with price movements at the Nigerian Stock Exchange since Monday.
A total of 4.436 billion shares were traded in 8,572 deals, valued at 15.927 billion naira on the floor of Nigerian Stock Exchange. The market declined by 0.40% to close 44,912.53 basis points. The negative trend continued on Tuesday with 737 million shares valued at 7.673 billion naira traded in 8,927 deals. The all-share index finished at 44,389.85 basis points, a market capitalization 15.902 trillion, depreciating by 1.16%. Skybank, FBNH, and Wema Bank were the equities most traded. Seplat, Unilever, and NB led the gainers chart, while Mobile, Dangote Cement, and Julius Berger topped the losers chart.
And joining us to speak to developments in the capital market is Kola Oyedekun. He is a stockbroker. Mr. Kola,
Yes.
welcome to Business Express.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Now, how would you describe developments in the stock market so far?
Well,
It was a loss this afternoon.
Exactly. I think the market dipped by 0.96%. But it's expected. It's expected. A normal market cannot be going in one direction perpetually. You will see that even after today's losses, the market year to date has still gained about 15.something%. As of yesterday, it's 16.0%. By the time you discount it by 0.96 today, you still have about 15.something%. So it is normal. The market, I mean, if you key into a stock and you have gained like 10%, it is normal that you want to cash in your profits. And this one provides opportunity for those people that have not entered to also enter and then be part of the gospel that we are preaching. So you don't expect the market to be going down continuously or be going up continuously. It's cyclical. The market is very dynamic. So if you see that, I mean, you know what treasury bills rate is in a year, you know what bond can pay in a year, the coupon rates and all the rest. And you know for just within 3 weeks, you know, the market has done even over 15% despite the losses. And I think that does not affect investors' confidence. I still believe that the confidence is still there. And this downward trend will not be prolonged. The market is just going towards corrections. And I believe in the next few days, we'll still be upbeat.
Okay, talking about the next few days, this is midweek trading.
Yes.
How do we see the week ending?
So we have today's Wednesday.
Yes.
Well, I will not be categorical, but if the market does not reverse by Friday, I think early next week, we could see a reversal. If you look at the volume traded today, it's not that much. I think Transcorp alone traded over 9 billion yesterday. And the total market transactions today was about 5.something billion. So that shows that people are not really dumping. So and when you see that the volume value is coming down, that's to tell you that the direction may change at any point in time.
Okay, as far as sectoral indices are concerned, what sectors do we see leading the charts?
You see, the problem is that we have taken capital market to be a short-term market. This is not money market. People key in within 1 month or a few weeks. You want to take profit and go. And if you have looked at the market now, I think the financial sectors controls almost 60% of the market activities. So, and when the market is going up, you see that they are the leader. When the market is coming up, they are also the worst losers. So it's most vibrant among all the sectors. But give or take, people will still prefer the financial sector.
Many thanks, Mr. Kola Oyedekun, a stockbroker. Thanks for joining us on Business Express today.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Commodity prices remain relatively stable. Here is a graphic summary. Equities across Africa, the US and Europe made gains Tuesday as most stocks finished in positive territory. Here is Musa Abubakar with more details.
3.79 points lower at 26,210.81, while Nasdaq Composite 0.71% to close 7,460.29. In Asia, Japan's Nikkei appreciated by 1.29% to close at 24,124.15, while Shanghai Composite and Hang Seng Index finished 1.30 and 1.66% up. The FTSE in Europe gained by 0.21% at 7,731.83 and DAX 0.71% to close 13,559.60. CAC shed 0.12% to close 5,535.26.
Many thanks, Musa. We wrap up with a look at how major currencies around the world are trading. That wraps up Business Express for today. Do join us again on Friday for fresh developments in the world of finance and economy. I am Amina Nojaim.
Take a look at the extent the kaftan and bubu outfits have evolved over time. Sound. And so either for the young, old, the simple, and even for fashionistas, kaftan and bubus are always appealing on the wearer. What kind of occasion can kaftan and bubu be worn? A kaftan and bubu creates the most flattering silhouettes which, paired with great pumps, but depending on the occasion. So, what are you waiting for? Go out there and grab your desired kaftan, especially the traditional kaftan and bubus that is proudly Nigerian reflected. Alpha, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Ha, Auntie Nika, win coupon. The fashion industry has been rated as one of the fastest growing economy in the African continent, and Nigeria as a country is no exception.